Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm JuleZ, and if you're a returning subscriber, I love you and thank you very much. Your support means a lot. And if you're not a subscriber yet, please consider hitting that subscribe button and let's get into it. Kaitlin Armstrong, the woman suspected, but I know she did, of murdering Anna Moriah Wilson, better known as Mo, was in court in Travis County, Texas on July 6th. She was charged with the first-degree murder of Moriah Wilson. She flew back to this country on Saturday from Costa Rica, of course, under arrest. And it was obvious that she had altered her appearance. She has cut her hair shorter, dyed it darker, and to me, it definitely looks like the rumors of plastic surgery are true. She tried to claim that the only difference in her face, the bruising under her eyes, and the bandage that she had on her nose when she was apprehended were due to a surfing accident, but I have heard back from several surfers who tell me that that doesn't happen. So, pretty sure she had plastic surgery, especially since witnesses say that they did find a receipt for plastic surgery in her room at the hostel where she was staying in Costa Rica. And also in there is the passport of her sister. As you can see, the way that she's altered her appearance makes her look a lot more like her sister. So Kaitlin was definitely trying to be someone else. The U.S. Marshals Service has not confirmed themselves that she was using Christine, her sister's ID, but witnesses that were on scene are saying that she did use her sister's ID and that she was taking yoga lessons under her sister's name. I think it's pretty reasonable to assume that she was using her sister's identification. This is pretty much an open and shut case. She murdered Moriah Wilson, known as Mo, in cold blood, and I know she's probably gonna try to say that as a heat of the moment thing, that she was jealous, and a lot of people are calling it a love triangle. I don't believe it was a love triangle. Kaitlin and Colin Strickland were on a break. They were split up when he hooked up with Mo Wilson. They had like a short fling, a week long. They worked for the same sponsors. They were still friends and they trained together. They rode bikes together whenever they were in the same towns for the same races. I don't think this was a love triangle. All of Mo's family members state that she and Colin had just a really good friendship. Colin also says that this was not a love triangle. He and Mo were good friends. This Kaitlin character, she is a piece of work because this was not a heat of the moment thing. Way back in January, she told a friend of hers that she wanted to kill Mo, and she said that she would shoot Mo. And then what'd she do? She ended up shooting Mo. And how did this occur? She talked Colin into buying the two of them guns, and she used the gun that he bought for her to kill Mo. She followed both Colin and Mo on their social medias, and she used Strava, which is an app that logs your cycling rides. She used that to figure out where Mo was staying. She stalked them. She followed them. She saw them go to the house. She saw Colin leave. And when Colin left, she went in that house and she took Mo's life. Then she left. Her vehicle was caught on camera outside of the place where Mo was. That was May 11th. May 12th, Kaitlin was questioned by police. They already knew that Colin Strickland was the last person Mo was supposed to have been seeing. She had told the woman that she was staying with that she and Colin were going to go swimming and get a bite. And that's what they did. He dropped her off at the house, and that's when Kaitlin took her life, took her expensive bike, and tried to stash it in the bamboo just real close by to the house, as if somebody would steal a bicycle that expensive and then just ditch it in the bamboo. No. She was trying to throw police off the scent. On May 12th, the day after the shooting, she was questioned by police, and she was cool as a cucumber. She refused to answer their questions. They were asking her, can you explain why your car was at the scene? And she didn't say a word. And she did have a warrant, but due to a clerical error, she was told that she was free to go because the birth date was wrong. She walked out of there, and the very next day, she sold her Jeep for $12,000 something from CarMax, and then she went and she deleted all of her social media, and then on the 14th, she flew to New York, where her sister happens to live. Then her sister went and got a duplicate driver's license, and on the 18th, Kaitlin, under someone else's name, flew to Costa Rica, and using someone else's name, she established a life for herself there. But the feds, the U.S. Marshals, etc., were on the case immediately. They had a really good idea of where Kaitlin would go and what she'd be doing, and once they figured out that she was likely to use someone else's ID, police over there in Costa Rica helped with the whole thing. They knew where she was, and they took her into custody and brought her back. She landed in Houston on Saturday, and at that time she was taken into the Harris County Jail, and she spent the weekend in there. No 4th of July for her. And then on the 5th, she was transferred to Austin, where she ended up being in the Travis County Jail. On the 6th, she was officially charged with the murder of Moriah Wilson. She was given a $3.5 million bond for that charge. And then she has a $3,500 bond for that charge that she originally had the warrant for. And that was for skipping out on a Botox bill. But it's obvious that she planned this, and she had a plan going on about how to get away with this as well. Not heat of the moment, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. The cycling community has been hit hard by this. Mo was a very inspirational young woman. She was an amazing athlete. She was expected to win the Gravel Locos race there in Texas, which was going to occur just a couple days after her death. And that race is 150 miles long. Mo is an inspiration to young women, young girls. It just breaks my heart that another female has gone and given another narrative to what females are capable of. And instead of the good, the inspiring, the amazing, we've got this sleazy murder that is obviously premeditated and that she thought she'd get away with. And she has ruined a lot of lives with this, not to mention her own. I don't think that she's going to be facing anything more serious than life without parole, because even though they do have that, serious penalty there in Texas, Costa Rica does not and will not give an extradition agreement for any fugitive that will be facing that penalty. So there was probably a deal already in place that if she got extradited from that country, she wouldn't be facing that punishment. And I feel bad for Colin Strickland.
Hello, my name is Colin. I'm a bicycle rider. I race for Meteor X Allied Racing. I specialize mostly in formerly Fixie Crits, now endurance gravel racing, but don't be fooled. I'm not the best descender, but I will send it.
Excellent.
It seems he's been getting a lot of hate, and he's a good cyclist, but he's lost all his sponsors, and I haven't seen anything posted on his media or, his Strava, anything since this whole thing happened. And I hate to think that we've lost another cyclist also due to this selfish woman. And I'm hoping that whoever helped her in this will also be facing some charges. The people that support that behavior, they need to be given a message that this is not okay and that everyone deserves their life and to be able to live their life out without having it be cut short due to somebody else's whim. I guess that's about it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Please consider hearing Kaitlin and Colin Strickland were on a break